Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Play Breach or Breach dev stream live from QC Games here in Austin, Texas. I'm Jay Goldberg, your head of community, and with me is
Gabe Amatangelo.
As always, it's good to have you here again. Another Friday, another stream. We still adjusted the cameras slightly. Hopefully everybody's still good with this. We're constantly working a little bit in this little corner of the room. I do want to change the backdrop at some point. We have a couple.
What do you want to put there?
Well, we have a couple more of these.
Yeah.
But also behind those, you know that mannequin that I have out there?
No.
So folks at home may not know this either. There's a mannequin just outside the door.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
next to Gabe here.
I want to dress it up in like a breach outfit or something.
I mean, I'd carry it in here right now, but it's a little scary.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go there. Wow, nice comments. It's pretty funny about a little too bright on me. You know, these lights are at like their minimum, which is funny. Like we can turn these so way up, but
just wash us out.
I know, it's just like it's what happens. But anyway,
I don't have time to get sun, especially when it's 30 degrees outside.
Yeah. By the way, yesterday it was what, 70 degrees in Texas, and now today it's 30. So
yeah. And I think it's over 100 in some areas of Texas.
Oh no, that graph we showed was from a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cool. No, that was there was a point in Texas a couple years ago where the southern part of Texas was 107 degrees and the northern part of Texas was 37, right? Thanks, Texas.
Welcome to Texas.
Yeah, who knows? Okay, so we're here to cover a bunch of stuff. I've got my trusty list. We've got a couple surprises in here. And why don't we start?
Go for it. Where do you want to start?
So why don't we cover the recent update that happened yesterday and what we did. And I do love the comments, oh man, that beard is magnificent.
I got to clean it up a bit.
How long did it take to get...
It doesn't take long.
No?
It doesn't take long. I keep cutting it.
Okay.
I could go longer and braid it and stuff. I used to back in the snowboarding days.
Oh, we might have to find a picture of that and show it on stream or something.
Yeah.
That might be fun. But, okay, so last update that occurred yesterday. You know, we updated the game. We made some really interesting changes. Number one, I thought, was that we did make some changes to the Grail cages. We've had a lot of people that had been writing in, and even we, you know, here at QC Games were looking at what had been going on with the Grail cages in game, and it just wasn't. It wasn't what we had expected would happen with the Grail cages.
What happened is we introduced a slew of new talents, and one of the talents was a bit of a snowball that led to spamming. And so, yeah, we hot fixed that out.
Yep. So so the cages should be much more easily avoidable now and not so spammy. And the same thing happened with I always pronounce this wrong, but the Aether coil, right?
Sure, yeah.
Am I close enough?
Ether coil. Yeah,
Ether. See, I always say it wrong. We adjusted that as well because that was a little overpowered at some point. And
well, there was some bugs with it, so we made it a bit more. It is dodgeable; you can kind of see it coming, but at the same time, it's more reliable.
Yeah. So you know, those two combined, sure, it makes certain Veil Demon builds a little less powerful, but it makes it more fair overall. And it really gets us back to ensuring that, you know, we have that nice kind of 50-50 back and forth of players versus Veil Demons.
Well, I don't know if you want to jump into all that yet, because we got a bunch of changes coming in the big patch that include balance changes and stuff like that.
Why don't we get to that a little bit later?
Okay.
Well, let's, just because we have a couple more things we want to cover before we get there.
Yeah.
But first, the one thing I still want to talk about in Thursday's update was the ELO adjustment. I think this is an important thing to cover as well. So for those that didn't see the patch notes or didn't read what I wrote on the website, www.playbreach.com, by the way, go there, read the updates. I also put on the launcher. Did you know those things are clickable, by the way, in the launcher? You can totally click them and it'll go right to the patch notes. We reset everybody's ELO. We did that for a reason, because we did a bunch of back-end adjustments to make matchmaking better in general, and also to you know, kind of expand in different ways so that players would be matched more accordingly to their skill set and not just necessarily to other people that were in the game.
Yeah, no, there was some bugs in it that we found as the population continued. As time goes on, I mean, it's part of the reason, part of the beta here, and we're tuning it. And then with the introduction of the new, in the next update, the Veil Demon Q and the Hero Q, saw some people asking about that.
Yep.
That's coming in the next update on the, what's the date there?
Well,
Am I getting ahead? Okay, I'm always getting ahead.
We'll get there though. We'll get there though. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. So keep staying tuned. We're going to talk about Veil Demon and Hero Q because that's been one of our highest priorities for a while. So it's good to see. But yeah. So anything else about ELO? Otherwise, we'll continue on.
I mean, it kind of all rolls into the conversation of this stuff later. So,
okay. So we'll get to that. I promise. I promise we'll get to that. So the next thing I wanted to update on was the Invitational, because we have had a lot of questions about this. And sorry, I'm laughing at the comments that are coming up on Twitch and Mixer, which, by the way, thank you everybody for watching. Make sure to follow. We try and do these dev streams every week, and I'm going to start adding in another stream sometime in the middle of the week very soon. So we'll have details on that coming up. But the Invitational. So we do have our proposed 8 captains. We are talking to them about the adjusted date that we have planned. We're waiting for all 8 of them to confirm if them and their potential teams, not all of them have formed their full team yet, if they're good with that date and time. Once everybody's good, which we hope will be like Monday or Tuesday of next week, we will then announce the official date and time and when that's all going to go down, including the finals against Gabe and the QC All-Star team. We need to come with...
I don't want to call it a finals, because the finals will definitely be, you know, for first and second place.
That's fair.
It's more of an exhibition.
Yeah.
It's a match for fun.
There will be a finals match between a couple people, between the 2 top teams, and then we'll get to Gabe and that whole team. Yeah. But the most important thing is we still have those sponsors have graciously given us some great prizes, which there's a package, you can't see it, but it's right down here from NVIDIA that came in this morning. That contains our video cards that we're going to be giving away for viewers, and we're also going to have that slick Alienware PC. Do we still have that picture from last time, right, Producer Brian? Yeah, that's an Aurora PC. It's got like an 8700K. It has, I think, 16 gigs of RAM. I want to say, what was it? I forgot the video card. It's a really good, another NVIDIA video card in there, though. Was it 1080s? I had the sheet here and I missed it. Regardless, we'll have the full details and specs. Alienware, awesome job. Thank you for providing that. NVIDIA, thank you for that. We're also still talking to a couple other sponsors that may join in as well. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. But now we're going to get to some news for all of our current and upcoming players. This is something Gabe's been holding on to since the beginning of the stream, because this is some fun stuff that we want.
Which one are we looking at now? This one?
Yes, this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I will let you take this one.
So we appreciate everyone's help in the our beta here, essentially. And yeah, we're going to give QC points to a bunch of people. That's what you wanted me to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So more details on it in the future, but we'll be giving a bunch of QC points to everyone that's in the game. Got one of the founders packs, that kind of stuff soon. I guess we'll be announcing the details on it early next week.
Yeah. So we'll tell you exactly how many QC points everybody's going to get. But, you know, we are going to give some to every single person that's already in the game. So if you don't have your founders pack yet, now might be a good time. Just putting that out there. Because yeah, we've realized that all of you have been incredibly helpful to us through this early access period, and your feedback here and your feedback there, and helping us find what builds need to be adjusted and everything along the way. It's been incredibly helpful to us, and for any of you in our Discord channel, I know probably the majority of people that are watching our stream are in our Discord channel. I think we're over 11,000 people now, the last time I checked. Thank you. That's really what it comes down to.
So useful, and I know a bunch of you know, but a lot of the discussions and feedback that happen there goes straight into influencing changes in the game.
Yep.
Mana Strike, for example.
Yeah. I should also note, we take feedback from everywhere. We take feedback from our personal forums. We take feedback from the Steam forums. We take feedback from Twitter, Facebook, excuse me, Twitter, Facebook, and even, we had somebody give some feedback on an Instagram post too, which, it happens. Some YouTube stuff, even in here during our stream. So, don't be shy. Make sure, I definitely recommend you come into Discord though, because we have over 20 devs just sitting in Discord talking with you and talking with everybody that comes in. And, it's a really important part. And of course, you'll you'll get to see Donde in there just giving Simpsons gifs every couple minutes because that's what he does and never actually says real words. So for those that are asking if there's any way to check ELO, just go back to the earlier conversation. Not currently. I'm not sure if we have that.
No. So ELO is like I really don't like it being a big topic because it's sort of the behind the scenes matchmaking that happens in just about any kind of matching type of a game. It's not the forward facing kind of like ranked rating type thing. It is more of facilitating good matches and balanced with quick matches, that kind of stuff. That's one of those, I talked about earlier in the alpha, but just to reiterate, it's one of those things as a small company, just need like your guys' help, and we appreciate the patience with ironing the kinks out and that stuff, especially given the fact of its asymmetrical nature. And then the next step in that process, of course, is going to be when we get the Veiled Demon and Hero queue coming up. Can I say the date or no?
Yeah. So we'll skip over the one thing and then we'll go back to it. But go ahead.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
February 19th. February 19th. That's coming in. As well as, can I keep going?
Let me.
Okay.
So the only reason I'm going to stop you really quick is I want to discuss what our update philosophy is going forward, because I feel like not everybody fully is fully aware. We try and put it in our various patch notes here and there. We try and put it in whenever we update of, our main goal when we update this game is that we are essentially planning to do one large update per month. And that's what this update on the 19th is going to be. That's our first really big update since we first went into Steam Early Access. Now, every week in between that, we will be doing, as long as we can do it, there will be a small update to fix bugs we find or balance adjustments or small additions. I mean, heck, one of those weekly updates was Pyromancer. So you never know. There could be other things in there, but our big ones are generally going to come once a month. Now, the other thing is we've been doing our updates on Thursdays for those that have been continuing to follow along. It's generally been Thursdays at 8 a.m. Central. We're still going to likely do one next Thursday, and then we're going to shift over to Tuesday. This is more for development processes so that we can ensure that we're getting stuff out better timing, and just in case, let's say if we miss something on Thursday, because it's game development, stuff happens sometimes, then all we had left is Friday, and then what happens then? So this way, at least, just in case we miss something, we have a little bit of time still left in the week to fix it and keep going. So starting February 19th, we're going to shift everything to Tuesday. It'll still be that 8 a.m. time frame, 8 a.m. Central. And then so far, I've been really happy. Our patching process has been pretty nice.
I guess it's up to them to tell us, but
but our downtime has been pretty minimal compared to a lot of other games that I've worked on. So it's nice to see. Okay. Are you ready though? Should I turn it back to you about February 19th?
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit over here. I'm going to drink my water, and I'm going to let you take it from this bullet point list. So
we got the Hero and Veiled Demon queue coming on the 19th. The new map, Valley of the Kings, with a new boss fight segment. Do we have? We showed the video, right? But not a boss fight video.
Correct. We showed the fly through. We didn't show the boss fight yet, but maybe we can do that next stream.
Okay. So Sekhmet is Egyptian goddess of war, more or less. It's a fun new mechanic. And she's got two different stances. She's in regal mode and then feral mode, bouncing around like a cat. It's great. It's awesome. The new hero medic on the 19th as well, which is an interesting kind of HOTS, heals over time type run and gun kind of healer, as opposed to the slower, burstier cast that you see in the Arcane Mender, stuff like that. With some interesting, and the theme is around microbots, kind of like nanobots or whatever, sending around, and you're kind of directing these nanobots, or I should say microbots, to do different things, and you can even turn them into attack mode. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool.
By the way, not to interrupt too much, but I love seeing chat right now just going medic.
So think about all the things to mix and match in the tech school of magic there. Optimization of video settings. So a bunch of things like checkboxing that VSync and so on and so forth. A bunch of different options. to hopefully remedy some of the issues, some of the performance issues players have been running into.
And that also comes with just some general optimizations, which we're working that in all the time. That's just something that we're doing during early access, is continuing to improve the overall, the responsiveness of the game and just how it plays on everybody's machine. So, all right.
You got it.
Keep going.
Tokyo's going to get some new monsters. Instead of the satyrs, it's going to be some onryos. You can go ahead and Google that, Onyro, from Japanese mythology. A bunch of different versions of them, like a vengeance one, a firestorm onryo, and a blood plague onryo. Just some cool, more flavorful towards that mythology, Japanese mythologies. And then we're going to have our beta version of kind of a ranked and bragging rights type system, which is you can turn it on and off to track your wins. And as you get to different thresholds of wins, wins and losses will push you back down. But as you get to different thresholds, your nameplate will change colors. So you can go to green to blue to epic purple to even red. So we got the sort of beta version of that coming in. And there are a bunch of different balance changes. We do know that, like, sort of on the how do I say this? On the more newer player end of the spectrum, like overall the win rate is around 50-50, but the newer player end of the spectrum, it's more like 40% heroes, and then on the higher end of the experience spectrum, trying to be gentle here, it's more in the hero's favor. So we're doing some pretty big changes. One of which is that the medic packs that you see that you can open up the supply crates and give potions to everyone in the group. They're actually not going to be in the level by default. The number of those packs that are in the level will be depending on your ultimate. There's going to be a passive on ultimates that say has a medic pack. So if all 4 players have an ultimate with a passive that there's going to be a medic supply crate drop, then you'll have 4. But if only 2 do, then there's going to be 2. And then who has them and who doesn't have them is kind of mapped to survivability, particularly with healers. Like healers won't have them because if you got healers in the group, you've got a big high-end kind of healing output. And so, but if you want to go on the end of all kind of like damage, then you're going to have some kind of you'll have health potions and stuff like that to make it so it doesn't go on tilt too much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The other thing is how many health potions you start with is going to be based on your signature. So signatures are going to have passives of 0 health potions, 1 health potion, 2 health potion in the start. DPS, of course, will be starting with 2. Healers, not so much. And the warriors usually are going to be around 1 starting health potion.
So can I have my own custom ultimate that starts me with like 10? Because I'm going to need them.
Absolutely not.
Damn.
Absolutely not.
Damn, you heard it here first.
The Mana Warriors, I see lots of questions about Mana Warrior. It's hilarious. Yeah, the Mana Warriors sort of hidden invulnerability frames are being plucked out. It was kind of putting the Mana Warrior on tilt. So the Mana Warrior is going to be, still beefy how he is, but he's not going to have that hidden invulnerability frame that we've seen some people get the wiser to and use. Sorry,
I just liked from Criddle Craddle, play Mana Warrior and you get -2 potions.
-2 health. It takes away from your allies.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But
yeah. So it puts it in every individual player's control, kind of what health potions and crates are out there. But at the same time, it also does in a synergist way of composition and co-op. Because at the end of the day, this is about co-op against the player. I mean, that's the game. It's co-op versus a Veil Demon.
So yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Seriously, like that's why I tried to hold him back a little bit, because the 19th is...
And wait, there's more.
Oh wait.
No.
Do you actually
there's a bunch of other balance passes, but those are the big points.
Yeah, like I actually see a couple people saying certain things in chat that we are actually adjusting, but we're not going to comment on specifically what. Like you'll see that on the 19th. But yeah, that was part of the reason why I tried holding Gabe back a little bit, because I knew he had a lot to say. Like, we don't write up these notes of what we want to talk about.
Meteor's getting a change. We're fixing the Shadow Clone issue. Oros Gladiator's not changing right now, but we do have some changes in mind in the future. Oros Gladiator, actually, because we put the slew of new talents in, and the talent, especially if you get in your level 1 to where the longer, or every time you're in aerial combat for 6 to 8 seconds, something like that, you get a 500 heal. It is interesting how that in my opinion, stepped him a little bit more into that sort of higher end viability because you have that solo survivability. But that being said, there's more changes on the way with aerial combat in general that we want to do.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, and did I say Meteor? Yeah, Meteor's getting, it's changing to where it's not a ground target. It's you target a character, and it's a much faster cast. And then, of course, it does a target AoE around the character that you target it.
All right. Good?
Yeah, I guess. I'm sure I'll think of other things as we go along. Oh, yeah, Resolute Block. I'm just reading here.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna sit back here and drink some water. Go ahead.
Resolute Block not getting stacks for the Bastard Cleave is a bug, and yeah, we got that fix on the way. Anything else? Hit me, guys. Oh, there's a delay. There's always a delay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I do want to mention there's more key bindings going in as well on the 19th. I believe we're finally doing the Mouse 4 and Mouse 5. And because that was one, that's a personal one that I wanted, because in every game I try and bind everything to Mouse 4 and 5. So that's going in, and a couple other adjustments on the keyboard, especially, was the self-cast? I forgot if that one's in there.
The alt for self-cast, I don't remember offhand. I know we want to change it,
that one's
but I'm not
a little
sure if
more,
it got in there.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated to fix that one. That's the only reason why that one's taking a little longer. But the same thing goes for some of the other keys. Like, it's not as easy as just saying, like, open up another key. It's actually, like, built into some of the deeper systems within the game.
The Sheaths of Sorrow being jumpable for avoidable is one that we're working on and trying to get that in there, but that's a known issue, that it's not supposed to be that you can jump over it. Well, in fact, actually, the plan is that you can jump, but then as soon as you land back on the spikes, you're impaled. So
yeah,
have fun jumping.
Yep.
Thing.
I still remember, though, the first time those spikes went in, when I remember that from like a couple years ago. And I remember I always tried to jump over them and it would always get me. And I'm like, why is it getting me? I'm jumping. I'm over the top. And yeah, I would always realize. Okay. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them now. I'm going to do a really quick recap for those that are just joining here. So first off, in this past patch, and Gabe, if you want to butt in with an answer to a question, just, tap me on the shoulder, say it's my turn, ding in, that kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, we reset everybody's ELO for matchmaking purposes. So definitely jump back in game if you haven't played for a little bit, because everybody's starting from scratch, including myself, including Gabe. So if you weren't matching to some high level folks before, or you were, now it should better align after, you get a few games in. Your first couple games are kind of going to be all over the place, because that's what tends to happen. We definitely made changes to the Grail cage and the Ether coil. So I think I said it right that time. We're just aligning Veil Demon to be more along, how we intended those abilities to be. You have anything you want to answer before I move on?
Horus is getting a balanced pass. The abilities aren't changing, but his right click was severely underpowered.
Yep.
I'm sure there was something else.
There's a good one. They're saying, is the large patch before the Invitational? And I'll just say yes. The Invitational moved out far enough that this is actually part of the reason we moved the Invitational, is we felt there was enough content and enough things in this patch that we want to get it out, and especially optimizations too, that we want to get this out and make sure that all of our captains can understand the changes and the adjustments, and make everything a much better experience for everybody watching. We also discussed that we're going to be giving all current players some QC points. We'll talk about that more next week, about how many, and have fun with that once it comes. I will say this, though. I personally recommend...
Exploit Watcher spots are fixed, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I personally recommend getting the fish flop emote. Just putting that out there. It's one of my personal favorites. I don't know about the rest of you. I know Turtle Shuffle is big within our community. I should note...
Some fun dance parties around that.
I tried to do it over at the Animators, and I almost fell over and cracked my skull open. So, yeah, it's a really tough one to do in real life. So, good. If you want to, feel free to record yourself and send me that video to @PlayBreach on Twitter, and maybe I'll retweet it out. But please, only professionals. Don't hurt yourself.
Lich update is not in this patch, but Lich is going to get a rework, particularly the right click.
Yep. Let's see. Outside of that,
sorry.
No, go.
I'm just answering some of this stuff.
Go.
Yeah. The air juggling is is not a CC when people are both in the air, but when you're getting stumbled or knocked down, that is a CC. So it's sort of like, it's kind of like CC on and off, more or less, because CC is hard CCs. It's knockdowns. It's when you can't do anything. Whereas if you're going toe-to-toe with someone in the air, granted, AI usually doesn't respond as quick, but if you're going with someone else, like, for example, another one of the Novas possessed by a Veil Demon, he can actually hit you back in between some of those windows.
Yep.
Unless, of course, you link some stuff, you can link some of the CC. So the knockdowns and the hard CC portion should be counted as CC. If it's not, then that would be a bug, and we'll look into that. But you're not actually 100% uptime CC while you have someone up in the air, because they can trade blows. But AI is just slow, and they don't necessarily do that. Man, that was a long-winded version, but hopefully that makes sense.
Something's going on with the production PC over there. It's
choking.
Yeah, it's sounding like a jet fighter's taking off right now. I don't know.
Resolute Block, yeah, I'd like for it to be a channel. It's currently not. It's a press, and then it lasts. I'd like for it to be that if you release, it ends early, but that's something we want to do. It's not in this build, though.
Yep. So as you can see, you know, this is what happens if you come into our Discord channel. I think this is important really quick, is that if you're in our Discord channel, like Gabe might be answering all these questions here, but we have Gabe and a bunch of other devs, you know, and people from pretty much every single discipline on our team in there. Like we have people from QA to art to design to engineers. Like pretty much we have a little bit of everybody in there. And it's definitely, I highly recommend, if you haven't been to our Discord channel now, come on over right now. It's discord.gg/playbreach. You can get to it from our website at playbreach.com. You can get to it, basically, you know, just go, we're /playbreach on pretty much everything. That's kind of the best part.
Good job, Jay.
Hey, that
you got him in time.
Do you know how long that took me to actually register? Like,
yeah.
It took me a long time to get all those names and make sure that they were, you know, there. So, you know, this is the kind of openness that we promised.
I do want to add dueling. It's not in obviously now, but it is something I'd like to have in the game as well. The blood or curse strike or whatever, reliability, we've got something we believe will be a fix in. It's a little bit sort of more underlying than that. It looks like it's working well on our end reliably. When it gets out in the live environment, you know, kind of crossing fingers as we kind of try to get to the bottom of what's behind the scenes with that one there.
Yep, and really quick, since I see some people mentioning like optimization and whatnot, that's part of what we talked about is coming on the 19th. I mean, we're always adding optimizations to the game as we go, but on the 19th, we're adding a whole bunch more video options and settings, and basically a lot of what has been requested for a while, we finally got it in there and going. So that should help a lot of folks that have been wanting to make more like more subtle FPS adjustments and to control, you know, what's at a higher level, what's at a lower level, and all those things in between. I think we have time for like a couple more questions, and then we might have to cut out because unfortunately, I mean, you know, we are a working business. We do have some other meetings and some other things that we have to jump into as we keep developing this game and keep moving forward. Even on, you know, what is it, 4:30 on a Friday afternoon? Like, we've got a ways to go still today. So,
yep. Wait, so you're saying more questions, or what are we doing?
If you, well, here, let's. I have a question for the chat, really quick. Well, you know what? Actually,
what up?
I'm trying to think. Well, one of the things that... Wait, patch notes? Patch notes are always on playbreach.com. Always there. Playbreach.com/news. For, you know, that's for everybody who's asking, like, where are patch notes? They're always on playbreach.com. We always try and post it the day before the actual update. So for the 19th, that means the full patch notes will likely be posted on the 18th. The only thing that we don't post, because I learned my lesson last time, is we don't post the exact things that we're fixing.
Repro steps for an exploit.
Yes, because I may have kind of done that and had a bunch of people exploiting for like the 4 hours before the patch went live. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. Actually, that reminds me, I have to update the ether coil on the website to specifically say what we fixed. Yeah, that's a fun thing. So, is there? Why don't we take? I think we have time for like. Yeah, we have about a couple more minutes for questions, and then unfortunately we are going to have to to close out this stream a little early today. Normally it would be a little longer. We play games, we give stuff away, but we have a lot to do. So
yeah, trying to get this patch on the 19th wrapped up.
Yep.
All right. Questions.
Oh, while we
There's
wait for
always that
questions.
delay.
Yeah, while we wait for questions too, just as a reminder, on the 19th, that is going to be Hero and VD queuing. Like, so that way you can line up appropriately on which side you want. You know, obviously there could be some adjustments to queue times when that happens. You know, we actually don't fully know how it's going to go.
Yeah, the bonus that you get in versus mode is going to be applied to doing the random queue. So basically, you still get the bonus in the random. You're not going to get the bonus in the specifics, and that's kind of how we're rolling it out step by step. Just heads up on that.
Yeah, because we definitely, you know, we still want to encourage people to kind of queue up for either or, just because it'll make queues pop a little faster if we can just pick and choose where you go. But you know, at the end of the day, we also know that you want to play what you want to play. So it's important to get that in there.
Yeah. Add talent stats in a match. You see, if you press T, it says coming soon. That is on our roadmap. I'm hoping to get it in the next major update.
Also, you're definitely not punished for playing what you want. We just give a little bonus extra for those that that want to join the general queue, because that just helps queues go a little faster. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep.
The alt for casting a direct to one of the people on the team. I'm not sure if I want to do like saying alt 2 and it always goes to the second party member, alt 3 and it always goes to the third party member, because that takes some of the skill out of it. So I'm not sure about it. I mean, I'm not completely opposed to it, but and plus there's a limited amount of single target type things as well. A lot of it is kind of AE and skill shot stuff, especially with the ranged heals and things like that.
Yep.
Though I guess the medic's going to be a little bit different. That is going to be some single target microbot directioning.
It's funny. Fight Element is asking, I mean, we don't have level 200 and 300 outfits. Maybe that's something for the future, but he is talking about the icon borders, which we talked about earlier. If you want to cover that again really quick.
Well, the your name. So your name would be in a different color. Is that what you're talking about?
I think well, he's probably referring to the hexagon that's around the name. Isn't that what we were adjusting?
That's a separate thing, which we do have an update coming from that. I'm not sure if it made it in this build.
I don't think it did. It's down the road.
Where, like, as you reach different level thresholds, there'll be more accoutrement to the framing. The thing that we do have coming in this build is the beta of the rank system.
Yes.
With based on your win rate, you can turn it on and off if you want to track your games or not. But while it's on, if you make your way to different thresholds, then you're going to, you know, your name will go from white to green to blue to purple to red. Yep. Based on what threshold.
And then we also still have the challenge system. That's not in this update. That's coming further down the line. But that's going to provide you with more rewards and benefits for, you know, playing specific classes or doing certain things throughout the day, including different types of rewards such as QC points or other things. You know, that will, you know, give you actual rewards for doing what you want to do in game, because we think that's really important.
Yeah.
Right. I think we have time to maybe answer like 2 more questions, maybe 3, but yeah.
No, it's fun. It's fun.
Trying to see what we got here. 360 no scope outfit. I actually still want to do something for like mountain climber, for getting to the top of the rocks. That's something I would like to do.
The rank thing, basically, it starts at rank 20. Your wins bring you up to about 15. Losses don't bring you back down, but then from 15 to 1, wins and losses will increment you, and you've got to have a certain amount of wins or losses depending on the rank. You can turn it on and off to track your wins or your losses. In the next match that you go into. Of course, you got to do it ahead of time. You can't do it afterwards and be like, I like that win, I'm going to track it. And then when you turn it off, no, your highest achieved rank, or your current rank rather, will be reflected in your nameplate.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, and also
it's similar to the Hearthstone system. It's certainly inspired by it.
Yep. I wanted to bring up really quick also appearance editor, because we have been having people ask about like how can I change my hair color, my face, or you know whatever things from when you initially created your character. That's all coming in the future. Make sure to check out our roadmap. That's, again, playbreach.com. That's coming in the future. We don't have a specific date when that's ready yet, but that will allow you to change all those fun things. Did you find one more or two questions before we sign off here?
Sniper, actually, we're toying with an iteration on Sniper's right-click to be not hard targeted, but more of a skill shot. And, of course, a bit of a buff because of it being a skill shot with the snipe. We might actually do it as even like a prismatic gem to kind of switch your different versions of the snipe or something along those lines. But we are toying with an iteration on that one. Don't
we have duotone hair in game? I could have sworn there are some hairstyles that are already in there.
Character creation, the icons at the bottom don't show that it's 2 colors, but if you click on it, you'll see on your character it's 2 colors.
Right. But again, that'll come back in the appearance editor, and then you'll be able to change it again in the future. So again, that's coming down the line. That's definitely something for the future. So, all right, last question?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Let's see. I'm waiting to see one. Oh God, there was somebody who said like combine my hair with your beard. That just sounds weird. How about this one?
Would you create a class sub-weapons as magic bracers of the Vanguard having melee battle gloves? Not likely.
Yeah.
The kind of weapon swapping that we have right now, you see in some of the weapon skins, so to speak. You got a sword as one of the battle school of magics, and it can turn it into a halberd with the skins and stuff like that. But your fundamental kind of attack chain is part and parcel to the classes designed around that.
Mm-hmm. Should we mention this one too really quick?
Oh yeah, the dual gems thing.
Yeah.
That was fixed, right? Pretty sure it is.
I forgot if that's in this patch. There's so many things in this patch.
There's a lot. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. We'll double check on that. Again, stay tuned for the patch notes coming up. We always try and post them a little bit ahead of time. We are still likely going to have a maintenance this Thursday, just because that's our current schedule that we're on. And then we'll have this big maintenance on the 19th that will have, this big patch. Again,
and some big announcements next week.
Yeah, we have
big announcements next week.
Yeah.
And someone asked about cosmetic for weapons. Yeah, there's more cosmetic for weapons coming out. I think the next pack is called Love Hurts. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Next week.
Yeah. But the 19th, it's going to be, I'm just going to cover the highest stuff. Hero and Veil Demon Q are coming, a new map, Valley of Kings, a new hero medic. We're adding a whole bunch of video settings and general optimizations to the game. We have new monsters for Tokyo. We have the rank/bragging rights mode, and more. That's just like the high level stuff that we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign off now, but why don't we show that, we'll sign off by showing you all the Valley of Kings video again. And then we hope all of you have a great end of your Friday or start of Saturday if you're already in Australia or something. So thank you all for watching. Is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
That's it. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Ooh. We are still live.
We're still live.
And our microphones.